Okay, we're going to move on, though, into the second place team now, the Kansas City Chiefers, the Commander and Chiefers. And they're a team. I look at their losses, the big four, Jeff Allen, Sean Smith. They're in Houston and Oakland, respectively. Tavon Branch, he's in Arizona. Chase Daniels, he is in Philadelphia. Their additions, Mitchell Schwartz, the only free agent to report. He comes over from the Factory of Sadness. A lot of players coming over to the AFC West, it seems, from the Factory of Sadness. And then if you look at their draft picks, I mean, they took the guy Chris Jones in the second round after making, to me, a puzzling trade for their first round pick. Chris Jones is the guy, if you're like, Ricky, I don't remember who that is. He's the guy that had the wardrobe malfunction at the combine where his member fell out of his shorts during the 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
And I mean, I look at their draft and I go, besides Chris Jones, maybe Russell, the cornerback out of Notre Dame, nothing that really impresses me name-wise, but this is a team that didn't need that much from the draft. They didn't need that much from free agency. They just needed to lock up their guys. Because to me, with Peyton Manning gone and the questions of the Broncos, especially at the quarterback position, you're looking at, unless they fuck up themselves, you are looking at your AFC West champions.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. The Kansas City Chiefs, you hit the nail on the head. They didn't really need to do anything except for keep the team going. Mm-hmm. The running game was great. They have an amazing defense, really an underrated defense last year. People kind of forgot about them, and they scored quite a bit of points. The weird thing is, their passing game sucked. It was bad.
Wasn't that good?
No. Now, it's a conservative team. Of course, it's going to be a conservative team out there. So, you can't expect Alex Smith to go out there and throw 5,000 yards. It's not the kind of player he is, especially not when you got Jamal Charles back there as your running back. So you don't want to put any blame on a guy like Alex Smith or anything like that. He doesn't throw interceptions. He doesn't make mistakes. Mm-hmm. He's the kind of guy Andy Reid wants him to be. He's perfect for an Andy Reid system, but you kind of think he's got to do a little bit more. I mean, this was probably one of the best seasons of his career, but still, you want a little bit more out of him. If they can get more out of the passing game, this team is not getting stopped by the New England Patriots in the conference game.
Well, and I'm really looking at it on a fact, too, of...
Or not the conference, the divisional.
The divisional. Can Jamal Charles stay healthy? Another year, Jamal Charles injured, and there was one game, and I only remember this, I want to say it was against the Broncos. There was one game, only reason I remember this is because he was on my fantasy team, where they lost because of a Jamal Charles fumble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would remember that, of course.
I do remember that because I lost my game while they lost that game.
I think that counting Jamal Charles' injury is a big issue right now. I think that's a little much.
They got Charmander West. And yes, for those of you who are new, I know his name is Chandrick West. I just call him Charmander West.
Yeah.
It's Charmander. Charmander.
He's wearing red. What do you expect? So, I mean, yeah, he got hurt, but he's playing, 15 or 16 games most seasons. He only had the couple where he's really had those injury problems. So I'm not too worried about that for the Chiefs. This division, yeah, the Oakland Raiders are going to be there. They're going to make it tough. They're going to compete. But this Chiefs defense is great. They are great. The running game is great. With Jamal Charles, 100%, everything should be even better. Alex Smith just needs a little bit more, and this team is walking their way towards the Super Bowl. Maybe not into the Super Bowl, but this is looking like, honestly, maybe it's a little too early to say this, but Kansas City Chiefs look like they might be the best team in the AFC next season.
I'm not ready to crown their ass yet. Not ready to look at that. I'll put them as AFC West potential.
They got the benefit of Jimmy Garoppolo possibly losing some games for the Patriots. That's going to be very beneficial. And besides that, I don't know who else is going to come in there and take it.
The only thing that bothers me with this team has nothing to do with the actual team. It's all about their schedule. Because I look at it and they've got the early bye to me completely sucks.
It always sucks.
A week 5 bye, and those first 4 games, you could say too tough, too non with the Texans and Steelers being the tough one, depending on what we see from the Jets this year. But I hate that early bye. I hate it because then you got to run a table from week 6 all the way to week 17, then into the playoffs. And if you're a wild card team, you don't get that extra bye.
But let's think about it this way. Last year, it was any team as good at running the table as the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost 5 games and then won 9. They kicked ass last year. Actually, 10 if you want to count the 30-0, destruction of the Houston Texans.
Yep. Of the team that can't win in the playoffs.
Exactly. Well, you know what? They beat the Bengals. They beat the Bengals in the playoffs. So there's that. We can't let Bengals fans forget that they never win in the playoffs.
True. Okay, you get one. Everybody gets one. Everybody except the Bengals.
Well, no, I think Houston beat them twice, didn't they?
Did they?
I thought it was twice. Could be mistaken.
Maybe I'm mistaking them with the Bengals. You're right. I'm mistaking them with the Bengals. Sorry, Cincy.
Andy Dalton has not won any.
Sorry, Cincy. I was giving you too much credit.
Andy Dalton has not won a single playoff game. I just want that to still be known.
I have as many Super Bowl rings as Andy Dalton has playoff wins.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's something to hang my hat on.
Mm-hmm. So do all of you at home. So be proud, guys.
Watch, there's one person out there that's like, I played for the '89 team and won a Super Bowl.
Right. So this Kansas City Chiefs team, I'm not super worried about that. I think this defense is going to just dominate opposing teams. Jamal Charles gets in there. He does well. Maybe one of these wide receivers they drafted, maybe one of them could do something. I mean, Tyreek Hill's at least interesting. He's a very, very dangerous guy if he has the ball in his hands. Is he going to make a team? I don't really know when it comes down to it. But there's some interest there. They play a lot of tough teams, yeah, but they are one of the tough teams in the AFC. So I think, here's a team that can get 13 wins without that much difficulty. Yes, the Steelers are tough. Yes, they're going to have to play the Carolina Panthers. But besides that, every team that they're playing, they have a shot against. Not a team in here that they are just going to go, we're going to hope for the best. Let's cross our fingers. Steelers, of course, the Oakland Raiders will make it tough. Texans probably, and the Colts. Those are the teams that are going to make it difficult. But besides that, I don't think that the Chiefs had that much trouble.
Okay, let's get on to the big. This has been the elephant in the room, and we've had to wait until last to get to him. The team that, to me, possibly have had the worst offseason of not just any team, but any defending Super Bowl champion is the Denver Broncos. And their key losses, number 1, Peyton Manning. Oh, but number 2, Brock the Cock Osweiler. So there's 2 of your quarterbacks out the door. Then on the defensive side, you lose Malik Jackson. He's now in Jacksonville. You lose Danny Trevathan. Oh, guess where he is? In Chicago with John Fox. The only gain that you had from free agency, Russell Okung from the Seattle Seahawks. However, you do have Paxton Lynch. He's your main prize in the draft. And to me, I look at this team and I go, you're probably going to not make the playoffs next year because they already have a quarterback competition.
I don't think there's a probably about it.
They have a quarterback competition between Mark Butt-Fumbling Sanchez. That's the name. That's the name I've dubbed him on this show. Mark Butt-Fumbling Sanchez. Trevor Seaman. I'm
pretty sure it's Simeon.
Simeon. That's what I'm looking for. The Northwestern guy.
But you did call him Seaman last week, too.
Did I call him Seaman last week?
It's worth mentioning.
He's a Northwestern guy. He's probably not going to start.
You should know him. It's Chicago's team.
And then, no.
Chicago's team. They have declared themselves Chicago's team.
They declared that they can get the fuck out of here for all I care.
I still say
Orange
that
and blue,
Illinois' real team is NIU. They're the only ones that are successful.
Better than Northwestern. I can't stand Northwestern. And then you got Paxton Lynch. So you got 3 guys vying for a quarterback spot. It's probably going to be Mark Sanchez. He's probably going to be the starter. And guess what? Malik Jackson, Danny Trevathan gone. That's going to hurt. Mark Sanchez is going to hurt even more. Oh, and guess what? At this point, this is kind of a story, Mark, where, by the time we get to training camp, it could all change. But if they don't get a deal done with Von Miller, he's sitting out the season. He said it on Instagram. He's saying, I'm done. If I don't get a long-term deal, I'm going to sit out the season.
I'm pretty sure that he's going to get that deal at the very, very, very last minute. It's going to come in. But even so, I mean, pretty much right when Mark Sanchez came onto this team, I was saying they actually have a shot with him. All he's got to do is play like he played on the Jets when he first got there and had a good defense, and he can do well. And I think that, this coaching staff might be able to get him to limit some of his mistakes. They worked with the noodle arm that is Peyton Manning, so they can work with Mark Sanchez, who doesn't do all that much better. But I kind of, when I looked at the Kansas City Chiefs, when I looked at the Oakland Raiders, I lose a little bit of that hope for the Denver Broncos, and especially with the rookie quarterback, because he's going to start this season. We all know it's going to happen. I think that he's got a shot to take the job from Mark Sanchez if Mark Sanchez doesn't lose the job, because he might win it in the preseason. Probably not. I don't think he's going to do that. But Mark Sanchez against the Panthers, against the Colts, against the Bengals, Buccaneers, the Buccaneers defense might not cause as much trouble because Lovie Smith destroyed it. But then the Falcons, the Texans, the Chargers, at some point in this kind of close to the middle stretch, I really expect that Mark Sanchez loses all the fans. Might even lose the coaches staff, the coaching staff behind him as well, because he's just not going to do great. He's going to make some mistakes. Every interception he throws, because he's had it before, every interception he throws, people are going to start chanting to get Paxton Lynch out there.
Paxton Lynch.
They're going to want they want the quarterback out there, the rookie quarterback. They drafted him in the first round.
Or they'll just shorten it to Lynch.
I hope they do neither one of those, just so you feel dumb.
Well, then at that point, you're thinking, are they chanting for Paxton Lynch, or are they that upset with Mark Sanchez that they're chanting Lynch?
To lynch him?
To lynch him as the starting quarterback.
I would hope not. I think they're going to want Paxton Lynch out there. But I don't really think... Yeah, I know you liked Paxton Lynch. You like his potential.
I don't
like anything about it.
I was high on him at first, and then as the draft process went on, I went, oh, wait, Carson Wentz is way better than this kid.
I don't really like anything about Paxton Lynch when it comes to the NFL. Yeah, some guys have made it work, that kind of style. I don't think he's going to make it work. He's kind of got that jack of all trade, but not great at any of them. And that doesn't work in the NFL. So
getting drafted with sunglasses on, putting the hat on. Mark got a problem
you
with
look
that.
cool. You look cool.
Looked as cool as John Elway, right?
No, he does have a great work ethic and everything like that. So he's got potential. The guy's got a great arm. I think that he's going to run into a problem where he's going to get put out there early. His team's not going to do very well. And we've already seen one kind of exodus with the Denver Broncos. If they can't, kiss and make up with Von Miller, this team is just on a big decline. And soon they're going to be, back to the days where it was all terrible and they were drafting quarterbacks like Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow.
I just want to point out Tim Tebow.
He's a winner. He's a gamer. He's a game changer.
Yep.
Remember that. DJ
We all
Porter.
remember Josh McDaniels drafting Tim Tebow in the first round. Just want to point out that happened.
No, but to me the biggest thing, and there is an article out on ESPN that says that John Elway over 4th of July weekend did reach out to Von Miller. To me, that's the biggest story with the Broncos right now. It's, will they reach a deal with Von Miller? And I did the research. They have till next Friday. They have till the 15th of July. We're recording this on July 5th. They've got 10 days to reach a deal with Von Miller. Otherwise, it's sign the tender or don't play. And Von Miller has made it clear what he is going to do. You're saying they get a deal done. I'm sitting here going, I don't know if they do. I don't know if they get a deal done.
They have to. They know they have to. Von Miller's in a wonderful position right now. He knows.
Oh, he's getting paid.
That they know he has to get paid.
He ain't going to get paid as much as the NBA cats are getting paid right now.
No.
But he going to get paid.
Yeah, he's gonna get a ton of money. So, it's going to be interesting to see with these Denver Broncos. They're not going to be from first to worst, but they could easily be in a 7-win territory here, because
first to third.
Yeah, first to third. San Diego Chargers, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to get above 6 wins. So it's unfortunate for this Denver Broncos team because they were not very good. John Elway comes in, they get Peyton Manning. All of a sudden, they have this great defense. Everything's going well, and now it looks like we're coming back down to reality here, and the team's coming back. So, Denver Broncos, I think if they can get to 500, they should be happy with that. They'd be thrilled if they can get to the playoffs. They can still compete for a wild card spot. Not taking that away from them. I just don't think that it's really going to happen, especially if Paxton Lynch comes in there and has to make up for a failing offense. Because the offense wasn't very good last year. They weren't terrible. Well, I guess I shouldn't take anything too far away from this offense. It was just very pedestrian, very average.